Tucker Carlson goes off on former DNC deputy press secretary, calls him a stupid person. By Cassandra Fairbanks for the GatewayPundit.com. Former DNC deputy press secretary Jose Aristimuño got chewed out by Fox News host Tucker Carlson over his advocacy for illegal immigrants. Carlson was so annoyed with Aristimuño, or whatever his name is, that he accused him of lying for political gain, called him a ridiculous person, and ultimately ended up pulling the plug on the interview. It's hilarious that solution comports exactly with your political goal, which is to create more Democratic voters, Carlson said in response to Aristimuño, stating that illegal immigrants without criminal records should be legalized. So your answer, and many Republicans' answer, is to deport the 14 million illegal immigrants in the country, Aristimuño responded. At this point, the situation became extremely heated as Aristimuño continued to push for amnesty. And this is just another stupid political talking point from a stupid person. I don't have time for conversations with people who don't know what they are talking about and haven't thought it through and want to come on and spew more talking points and call anyone who disagrees a racist, which is what you did in the very first sentence of this segment. Thank you. You are pathetic. Let's listen to this. Wow.
Less than 10 miles from the White House, a middle school is being terrorized by MS-13. It's called William Wirt Middle School. It's in Riverdale, Maryland. And it's one of many whose makeup has been changed entirely and almost overnight by mass settlement of unaccompanied minors entering this country from Latin America. Now, according to the Washington Post, MS-13 members in the school start fights, sell drugs, rape fellow students. Teachers say they fear being alone with a lot of these kids. They also fear saying anything about it because speaking out could cost them their jobs. It's a tragedy that can be traced almost entirely to U.S. immigration policy, but elites don't seem to care at all and, in fact, crush any conversation about it by screaming, "Racist!" Needless to say, their kids will never attend William Wirt Middle School or anything even approaching it. Jose Aristimuño is a former DNC press secretary, and he joins us tonight. Jose, thank you for coming on.
Good to meet you.
What I found ironic about this story was this is the kind of third iteration of the MS-13 story. First, we were told they don't really exist. It's a figment of your racist imagination. Then we were told to attack them and call them names is immoral because they're good people. Okay. And now we have the Washington Post telling us in detail about how they've destroyed this middle school and are terrorizing the students. Are we allowed to acknowledge that, or are we bigots for doing so?
Well, no, let me start by saying this. If you're undocumented in this country, if you're a criminal, including being a member of MS-13, we don't want you in this country and you should be deported. Part of the issue here, Tucker, is that people like yourself and some Republicans want to pinpoint and just simply say because your first name Jose or you're Latino like me, I'm automatically an MS-13 gang member. And that is not true. A majority of immigrants in this country are good people.
You're a ridiculous person for saying that. I've never suggested anything like that. It's appalling that you would say that.
Correct.
I don't think that, and I've never suggested it. You're speaking a lie, and not for the first time. What I said is what I read in the Washington Post, which is self-identified gang members are destroying the school and terrorizing people. I bet you don't have kids at that school. I bet you never send your kids to that school. But you've got no problem with those people being in this country because it fits some sort of demographic.
You know why? No, that is not true.
The truth is it's a disaster.
That is not true. I just said it. If you're an MS-13 gang member, if you're undocumented, you should be deported. A majority of people who are
undocumented. No. Then why have you consistently attacked anybody? No, yeah, right. Nobody has said that the majority of immigrants are criminals or bad. I'm not saying that. I don't think it. What I am saying is that we don't know the identity of people coming. He has not said that. You're lying for political gain, as always. What I have said, and what I think many normal people have said, is that we don't know who's coming into this country. We don't know anything about them. There are 20 million of them living here. We don't know their identities, their backgrounds.
I got an idea for you.
And some of them are bad people.
Okay, so you know what we do? Let me tell you what we do. We pass comprehensive immigration reform. We legalize a majority of people. It would be a whole lot easier, Tucker, to actually look for the real criminals if we legalize the good ones. Don't you think so?
How would, yeah. I mean, it's hilarious that that solution comports exactly with your political goal, which is to create more Democratic voters.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness,
that's the
give
whole
me
point
a
of all
break.
this.
That's not, no,
You
really?
tell me,
Really?
tell me
Exactly.
rationally how, if illegal immigration, the inability of the U.S. government to know who's living within its borders is the problem, how encouraging more of it, which is what amnesty would do, is the solution. There's no logical answer to that, because this is not something you're interested in solving.
Okay, so your answer, and to many Republicans' answer, is to deport the 14 million illegal immigrants and undocumented immigrants in this country. That's your solution.
So we're guessing at that number. Some people think it's 20 million.
Okay,
I think
20 million, 14 million. What do we do?
When wage growth has been stagnant and the cost of everything is growing much faster than the growth in wages, you need to stop the ability of employers to hire cheaper people because they're here illegally. We need to make E-Verify mandatory. You cannot hire people here illegally. No. Look, if you bothered to learn anything about this subject, if you took it seriously, we're bigger than a political issue,
I take it very seriously.
You don't know nothing about it. Then you would find
I am telling you that we have a choice to make us Americans.
About it.
I know more than you.
Then why should an employer? You know nothing. You know nothing.
I know more than you.
Why would an employer in this country be allowed to hire someone illegally, depressing wages for American citizens?
You want to fix that? You want to fix that problem? We reform the system. We legalize the people that are already here.
You could do
That's
it.
what we do.
Legalize it. No, you could do it tomorrow. Why should employers be allowed to hire illegal aliens?
I'm going to say it again.
Look right in the camera and tell me why they should be allowed to do that.
We got two choices here, Tucker. We got two choices. We deport the 14 million or 20 million, whatever number, or we legalize them.
This is just another
them in a
stupid
path to
political talking
citizenship,
point.
So we can actually get them out of the shadow. No, we get them out of the shadow.
I don't have time for conversations with people who don't know what they're talking about and haven't thought it through and want to come on and spew more talking points and call anybody who disagrees a racist, which is what you did in the very first sentence of this segment.
Because that's what you guys have done from the very beginning.
Yeah, you're pathetic. Well, recently you've seen...
Well, that was a strong interview. But, again, he did raise the question, what do we do with the 14 or whatever, 20 million? Either you keep them here, legalize them, or deport them. And Tucker wasn't willing to say deport them, though. Do you see? That's where, I would say, yeah, they should be deported if they're here illegally. And he goes undocumented and Tucker, gets back at him. But again, the other guy refuses to say that this is for the Democratic voters. You think the Democrats really give a flying crap for anybody? We know that they don't. And it's all for political purposes. Absolutely correct. But Tucker was really aggravated with this one. He must have a reputation with Tucker. That's why Tucker didn't want to have anything to do with him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.